I'm joined by Dale Tapping, our midfield coach. Dale, a bit of a heartbreaker on the weekend. How are the boys feeling at the moment?
Well, we got back about 8 o'clock last night. So, look, we've had a light session today, but yeah, pretty good. The mood was still very upbeat, and like it didn't go our way right at the end there, but like the overall effort was pretty sound. It was just a lot of great learning out of the game for us. So, look, we've got a short week, so we've reviewed the game in Perth, and we're sort of heading towards Hawthorn now. So, preparing well and had a light session today, which was good.
What were the key takeaways from the review yesterday?
I think obviously the last quarter, there was some things in the last quarter that we need to continue to do well under pressure, and the fact that we're improving as a team and continue to grow, that we're finding ourselves in a lot more bigger games and tighter games. So we're going to be faced with a lot more situations in games that we need to better understand, and I think that's the key takeout for us. It was just a couple of things late that we didn't have to provide any tricks. We just had to be really consistent with how we need to play. So that was a learning, and sort of Fremantle did that a little bit better than what we did at crucial times, and particularly late.
Yeah, you mentioned the final quarter. There was only one goal, which meant the runner could barely get out on the field, and there was no real breaks for the guys to sort of suck in the air into their lungs a bit. Did that really impact our play?
Oh, look, there was obviously guys on the bench there late that you'd like to sort of get on the ground. I think Hodges was off for a bit, and Ryan Lester had a bit of a roll, so those guys were sort of off the ground, so we're pretty keen to get them on. But look, we've educated our players. Look, with the runner only coming on after a goal. Look, we've sort of spoken about this throughout the pre-season. So really, there's been a lot of discussion, a lot of training had around understanding the situations and sort of going on the ground and coming off the ground with sort of particular messages and sort of providing support for each other. So it was just, again, it's all part of the learning for us and for us to get better.
Now, obviously, our goal kicking has been sort of touched on the last couple of weeks. What are the guys doing to address this?
Well, working very hard at it, and it's I think it's across the industry really, isn't it? But on the weekend it affected us a little bit, particularly obviously Charlie shot late, looks at hitting the post, but he wasn't the only one. We missed Dan McStay missed a couple, and others, even a couple of our mids sort of missed the opportunities they had. So look, we just got to keep working at it, understand our routine, be consistent with it, and make sure that we when we do get our opportunities that we're really clear about what we have to do. So.
And we were actually ahead for 92 out of a possible 115 minutes. Although we didn't get the result, is that quite a remarkable improvement, especially from last season?
Oh, it is. I think it just goes back to what I said before. Like we're improving as a team and as a squad, really. So and that's including our NEFL guys, and that's where the improvement is. Like we're in games and we're holding sway in games a lot more, and that's down to our improvement. And what we need to do is understand that when teams come at us, and we've had experiences this year where we've come from behind late. So I think across the board, like in the first 10 rounds, we've showed significant improvement in terms of how we play, and we've been a lot more consistent with how we play. Hence, our time in front.
And what about Harris Andrews' performance? He's one that just continues to get better and better. In the game on the weekend, he took 9 intercept marks, which is the most of any player in a game this year.
Yeah, look, he's a great player, and it sort of just hasn't been this year. You saw examples of Harris last year with his ability to impact in the air, and his timing through the air, and I'm sure the opposition put a fair bit of work into him around that. So look, he just reads it really well. He sort of defends first, and he picks the appropriate time to come off and impact. So we're sort of glad we've got him down that back end, because he saves us a bit, and along with the other defenders, they do a good job.
We can't underestimate, he's only just come back from a hamstring injury as well.
Yeah, well, look, and that's down to his preparation and just how professional he is. Like he's still a very young man, but he plays the game sort of beyond his years, so it's a credit to him how he goes about it.
And one of your players, Jared Lyons, was extremely strong in the midfield, especially in terms of clearances. How much has his presence impacted our midfield this year?
He had a big job on the weekend, like obviously with Reece not playing and Jared Berry not playing. So, both big, strong mids, and we're up against big, strong mids in, particularly Fife, Mundy, Conker, Walters that went through there. So, like Jared had a big job, particularly at centre bounce. He's either on Fife or Mundy majority of the time, and I thought his body work on those players was really good. But it's not only that; it's just his organisation around the ground and how he helps out others, get set up around stoppages and stuff. So he's a real professional player about how he goes about, understands the game really well, particularly around the ball. So he's been in really good form the last 4 or 5 weeks for us.
And our captain, Dane Zorko, currently leads pressure acts in the whole AFL competition. Have you seen him actually improve this year from last year?
Look, for me, it's always been there. Like, it was there last year. I think now, and it probably ties in with us, being a lot more competitive and winning a few more games. So people sort of sit up and take notice. But if you reflect back to Zorks' numbers last year, they're probably very similar in a lot of games. It's just the fact now that we're pushing up the ladder a bit and we're winning more games, and we're, like a game like Sunday night where you're the last game of the round and everyone's sitting down and viewed into it. And they sort of see it firsthand. So it's sort of no surprise to us, but probably externally maybe. But yeah, like, his pressure's always been first class. So yeah, it's elite really.
And just lastly, the boys came over very fresh from Perth, and we saw that with the fantastic start they had against the Dockers. But how have they returned after that long plane journey?
Well, going by today's light session, like, the energy was up and there was a few laughs and having a bit of fun. Like, it wasn't a hard session; it was more of a recovery. But I think pretty good. They'll get tomorrow off and they'll sort of come in on. It'll be a main session Thursday, and it won't be a long one. And so really everything's geared around playing Hawthorn on Saturday night.
Can't wait. Thanks so much, Dale.
Cheers.